Chapter 12. The Sultan of Mysore. Sultan Fateh Ali Tipu, also known as the Tiger of Mysore, was the first son of Hyder Ali by his second wife Fatima or Fakhrunisa. He was born on November 20, 1750 at Devanahalli. He was a de facto ruler of the Kingdom of Mysore from the time of his father's death in 1782 until his own demise in 1799. Tipu Sultan was a learned man and an able soldier. He was reputed to be a good poet. He was a devout Muslim, but was also appreciative of other religions. At the request of the French, for intents, he built a church, the first in Mysore. He was proficient in the languages he spoke. He helped his father, Hyder Ali, to defeat the British in the Second Mysore War and negotiated the Treaty of Mangalore with them. However, he was defeated in the Third Anglo-Mysore War and in the Fourth Anglo-Mysore War by the combined forces of English East India Company, the Nizam of Hyderabad, the Maratha Confederacy, and to a lesser extent Travancore. Tipu Sultan died defending his capital Srirangapatna, frequently anglicized to Seringapatam, on May 4, 1799. Tipu Sultan was trained in military tactics by French officers in the employment of his father. At age 15, he accompanied his father Hyder Ali against the British in the First Mysore War in 1766. He commanded a corps of cavalry in the invasion of Carnatic in 1767 at age 16. He also distinguished himself in the First Anglo-Maratha War of 1775 to 1779. Tipu Sultan led a large body of troops in the Second Mysore War in February 1782 and defeated Braithwaite on the banks of the Koli Dam, although the British were a new kind of threat in India. Becoming the Sultan after his father's death later that year, he worked to check the advances of the British by making alliances with Marathas and Mughals. During this war, Tipu Sultan has seized all the guns and taken the entire detachment as prisoners. In December 1781, Tipu Sultan had successfully seized Chittoor from the British. The Sultan had thus gained sufficient military experience by the time Hyder Ali died in December 1782. During this war, Tipu forced Sir Hector Munro to retreat the Madras, abandoning his artillery in the tank of Kandipuram. Tipu Sultan and Hyder Ali developed a new tactic of war. They used mass attacks with rocket brigades on infantry formations. Tipu Sultan wrote a military manual called Fathul Mujahideen, in which 200 rocket men were prescribed to each Mysorean Kushan brigade. Mysore had 16 to 24 Kushans of infantry. The area of town where rockets and fireworks were manufactured were known as Tara Mandal Pet, Galaxy Market. During the Second Anglo-Mysore War, at the Battle of Polilur, Colonel William Braille's ammunition stores are thought to have been detonated by hit from one of Hyder Ali's Mysore rockets, resulting in a humiliating British defeat. During his rule, Tipu Sultan laid the foundation for a dam where the famous Krishna Raj Sagra Dam across the river Kaveri was later built. He also completed the project of Lal Bagh started by his father and built roads, public buildings and ports along the Kerala shoreline. His trade extended to countries which included Sri Lanka, Afghanistan, France, Turkey and Iran. Under his leadership, the Mysore army proved to be a school of military science to Indian princes. The serious blows that Tipu Sultan inflicted on the British in the First and Second Mysore Wars affected their reputation as an invincible power. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, former President of India, in his Tipu Sultan Shaheed Memorial Lecture in Bengaluru, called Tipu Sultan the innovator of the world's first war rocket. Two of these rockets captured by the British at Srirangapatna are displayed in the Royal Artillery Museum in Woolwich, London. Most of Tipu Sultan's campaigns resulted in remarkable successes. He managed to subdue the petty kingdoms in the south. He defeated the Marathas and the Nizams several times and was also one of the few Indian rulers to have defeated British armies. He was called Tiger of Mysore. It is said that Tipu Sultan was hunting in the forest with a French friend. He came face to face with a tiger. His gun did not work, and his dagger fell on the ground as the tiger jumped on him. He reached the dagger, picked it up, and killed the tiger with it. That earned him the name Tiger of Mysore. He had the image of tiger on his flag, Tipu's tiger. An automaton representing a tiger attacking a European soldier, made for Tipu Sultan, is on display in the Victoria and Albert Museum, London. During Tipu Sultan's reign, a new calendar, new coinage, and 7 new government departments were introduced, as well as innovations in the use of rocket artillery was done. During the conclusive British attack on Srirangapatna on 2nd May 1799, a British shot struck a magazine of rockets within Tipu Sultan's fort, causing it to explode and send a towering cloud of black smoke with cascades of exploding white light rising up from the battlements. On the afternoon of 4th May, when the final attack on the fort was led by the Bigs, he was again met the furious musket and rocket fire. But this did not help much. In about 1 hour's time, the fort was taken, and in another hour, Tipu had been shot. The precise time of his death is not known. Then the war was effectively over.